So heat rate exercise. We copy exercise 7 and we name it exercise 12. In this case, the first thing I wanted to do is go to the config menu, and under generators, we get to the generators again. Under production, we make sure that we enable load point, heat rate base, heat rate increment 2 and 3. On the right side, we need to increase the number of bands for the load points to 10 and click OK. Next step, I want to create 3 scenarios as instructed by the exercise. We right click and click new scenario. In this case, I've created constant marginal heat rate plus load points plus intercepts, and polynomial heat rate. The next step is to go to the generators, and under call generator, what I wanted to do is, after I enable these properties, is to use the data file provided by the heat rate CSV file. We have 3 sheets, so we're using these data for the constant marginal heat rate, the polynomial heat rate, and the marginal heat rate plus load points properties. The easiest way to do that is to click on the generators and click on the heat rate, base, and use these values from the sheet and tag it with the right and tag it with the corresponding scenario. After we're done with the first property, we move to the second property and the third property. As we can see that increment 2 and 3, increment 3 is not used, and increment 2 is only used for the polynomial heat rate since it has the higher coefficients, while the heat increment is used for all the scenarios, and we're using different bands for the third scenario, and heat rate base is a single value for each scenario. Under load points, we specify the bands corresponding to the heat rate increment as well. Next step is to go to the simulation tab and create 3 models. So we right click and click new model, and we name them marginal heat rate underscore load points, and polynomial heat rate. Next step is to create a membership between these models and the corresponding scenarios. So we simply drag and drop each scenario to the model, and we need to make sure that we have a horizon and reporting and ST object for these models. Next step is we double click on the reporting, and we make sure that the period type corresponds to the instruction provided by the exercise. And under field list, we make sure that we are reporting the right properties for the heat rate. Next step, we go to the field list and we click on the generators, and we make sure that we are reporting the offer price and offer quantities for both period and summary, and then hit OK. Now we can execute each model, and once we're done executing, we can open the solution, and then we can compare the properties offer price and quantity for each of these generators. For each of these models, we can sort by the property. We can pin this results and go to the next model and open the solution. And again, we look at the same offer price and quantity. And last thing, we open the solution for the polynomial heat rate. And we do the same. We examine the offer price and offer quantity.